Why we are angry at a narcissist? Before I begin, listen carefully. If you're angry at a narcissist right now, this video will either free you or it will expose something you're not ready to face. Hello my friends, I'm Veerji. 30 years, I've watched good people destroy themselves, not because they are weak, but because they kept waiting for justice from someone incapable of giving it. You are here because your chest feels tight. You replay conversations that never ended. You hope they will one day see what they did. And before this video ends, you will realize something terrifying. The thing you are waiting for is the very thing keeping you trapped. Let us walk through the fire together, but understand this. Once you see the truth I'm about to show you, you will not be able to unsee it. Why we are angry at a narcissist? Why we are angry at a narcissist is a question that keeps you awake. We are angry because our reality was stolen. We were promised a home. We were given a battlefield. We gave them gold. They returned us dust. This is not just annoyance. This is a violation of your soul. You feel erased. You feel foolish. But if you think your anger is only about what they did, stay with me. Because in a few minutes, I'm going to tell you the part no one warns you about. And this is not what the most dangerous part. Narcissist rage versus empath's anger. Narcissist rage versus empath's anger is a forest fire versus a lighthouse. Understanding this distinction is the key to your sanity. Their rage is cold, calculating, and designed to silence you. It is the tantrum of a king denied his crown. But your anger is righteous. Your anger is the immune response to injustice. They rage to control. You get angry because you want to be heard. Do not confuse your desperate cry for connection with their calculated abuse. You're not crazy. You're just reacting to cruelty. What to do with the anger you feel against the narcissist? Most people try to suppress it. This is a mistake. Anger is energy. Do not use it to burn down their house. Use it to build your own. Take that energy and put it into your body. Put it in your bank account. The best revenge is not damaging them. The best revenge is a massive upgrade of your own life. Let them look at you from a distance. Let them wonder how you shine so bright without them. But be careful, because the moment you stop feeding them, something changes. Why victims of emotional abuse feel anger? Because the contract of humanity was broken. When you cry, a normal person stops. Here you cried and they stared with dead eyes. This creates a fracture in your mind. You're screaming at a wall, hoping it becomes a door. It will not turn into a door. What they did wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a character exposure. The anger is your spirit telling you to stop knocking. You can't heal from narcissistic abuse until you accept this hard truth. Pause. Look at me. They do not care. I need you to listen without arguing with me in your head. Because the next sentence is where most people shut this video off. They're not thinking about your pain right now. They're thinking about how to frame themselves as the victim. They heard you the first time. They understood perfectly. They simply did not value your pain over their convenience. Accepting this is not defeat. It is the only way out. And this is not even the most dangerous part. What a narcissist's anger really means and reveals. What a narcissist's anger really means and reveals is terror. When they scream, they are not powerful. They are terrified of exposure. Their anger is a shield protecting a fragile, empty self. If you criticize them, they feel like they are dying. So they must destroy you before you see their shame. Do not fear the wizard, fear the man behind the curtain. Actually, do not fear him either. Pity him from a safe distance. What to do when you are troubled by someone? You must stop paying them. Every time you stalk their social media, you pay them. Every time you rehearse arguments in the shower, you pay them. Stop paying rent in a house you have been evicted from. This is forensic psychology. Where attention goes, energy flows. Stop the beast. Become boring to them. Become invisible to them. Become alive to yourself. We want narcissists to say sorry. We want narcissists to say sorry because we think it fixes us. We think an apology is the medicine. We hold our breath for validation. I see I hurt you and I regret it. That is a sentence you dream of. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll no longer want to hear it. Your healing does not reside in their pocket. Waiting for them to release you is a life sentence. You're in a prison with unlocked doors. If this makes you uncomfortable, don't argue with it. Ask yourself why. How narcissists apologize. How narcissists apologize is a master class in linguistics. They apologize for your reaction, not their action. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you are too sensitive. Do you hear the trick? This is not remorse. This is deflection. They use sorry as a tool to shut you up. It's their transaction. They give you counterfeit coin and expect trust. Do not take the coin. And this is not even the most dangerous part. This is why will you never get an apology from the narcissist. To apologize, one must have a conscience. One must admit they are flawed. A narcissist cannot admit a flaw. If they admit they were wrong, their false reality collapses. If they're not perfect, they're nothing. So they'll lie to the grave. It's a matter of survival for their ego. Do not wait for water from a dry well. Narcissists, why they rarely apologize? Why they rarely apologize is simple emotional wiring. Apologies require empathy. Empathy is the one thing they lack. It is like asking a blind man to describe blue. They can learn the words, but they cannot have the experience. They might mimic an apology to get something. They might cry crocodile tears, but the moment the danger passes, the abuse returns. The apology was a strategy, not a sentiment. How to make a narcissist feel sorry for what they have done. How to make a narcissist feel sorry for what they have done is the wrong question. But I'll give you the answer. You cannot make them feel remorse for hurting you. They only feel sorry for themselves when they lose supply. The only punishment they understand is irrelevance. When you are happy without them, it destroys them. When you forget them, it breaks them. Indifference is the only weapon that works. Live well, that's your justice. Why you feel so angry at the narcissist and how to let it go. You're angry because you have not forgiven yourself. And part of you hate that you still care. Because if you truly didn't care, this video wouldn't hurt. Forgive the version of you that did not know better. You were looking for love. That is not a crime. Let the anger go. It is burning you, not them. Put down the hot coal. The narcissist rage versus your righteous outrage. The narcissist rage versus your righteous anger is truth versus fiction. Your resentment keeps you in the storm. You want them to agree with your version of history. They never will. They are writing a fantasy novel where they are the hero. You're holding a history book. Stop trying to edit their book. Close their book. Put it on the shelf. Walk out of the library. The non-apology. Apology, how narcissist is sorry. How narcissist is sorry involves the word but. I am sorry, but. Anything after but cancels the sorry. I would have yelled if you listened. This is manipulation disguised as reconciliation. It is gaslighting wrapped in a ribbon. Recognize the syntax of their deceit. A true apology has no conditions. A true apology has no buts. Changed behavior is the only true apology. Why you will never get closure from a narcissist? Because closure is shared understanding. They do not want it to make sense. Chaos serves them. If you understand, you might move on. If you move on, they lose control. So they will rewrite history. You must give yourself closure, be the judge and the jury. Bang the gavel. Declare yourself free. Stop waiting for an apology from a narcissist. It's a trap. Waiting room is where you age. Waiting room is where you get sick. Waiting room is where your dreams die. They know you're waiting. It gives them power to keep you on the hook. Cut the line. Swimming away is scary, but staying hooked is fatal. You do not need their permission to be happy. Types of narcissistic apologies that are actually manipulation. Narcissistic apologies includes the gift. They buy flowers instead of changing. The weeping apology. They cry so you comfort them. The blank slate. Let's just forget the past. No, we do not forget the past without resolving it. That is how history repeats itself. We learn, we see, we walk. Freedom will feel unfamiliar at first. That does not mean it is wrong. Go now. Be free.